Hello, and welcome to Experiences and Perspectives, the podcast where we explore and reflect on how to live a healthy, joyous, and creative life. I'm your host, Siddharth Srivastava, and today we have our guest, Akshita Srivasava, who is a fine art student and an explorer of spirituality and Hindu culture. So, today we are going to discuss with her about the Gen Zs and their relation with the spirituality and Indian cultures. So, welcome to the show, Akshata. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Thank you so much for inviting me, for considering me as a right person for this. And as I told you, today is an auspicious day. So, the beginning of the day, it's amazing. And let's see how it goes.
Okay. So my first question is, what do you think is the reason you are connected to the spirituality?
Okay, let me tell you one thing. Usually, people are connected to a various reason. Either they are very happy with their life, either they only found God to be there in their life, either they had some trauma, or maybe in general like their parents used to do believe them, so they also believe them. So in my case it is mostly a life trauma, being very honest. It
Okay.
For me it was like no one was there and I found him. I used to be an atheist, to be very honest. I wasn't a firm believer of a god, but later
Oh,
on I found him. So the day I found him, I only know him and nothing else.
okay. I'm sorry, but seriously, that's kind of scary thing.
I know I'm a bit honest person, so please deal with it.
Okay, okay. Honesty is really the best policy. Ma- Okay. So for me, it's like um, I am connected to the spirituality because of my parents. As you said, one of the main reason is as parents are into these things, then we gradually see them, and um, in the when we are kids, we just follow them as they say, and later on we begin to understand and enjoy the beauty of all those things. And that happened to me. uh, no one ever told me to pray, read books, but I did by listening to my parents and seeing them the peace they get while doing all these things. So yeah, now moving on to the next question. Okay, you are a fine arts student, and I think any form of creativity, art or music requires great level of peace in the inner self to do any such activity. So how do you think fine arts, your uh, creativity, the artistic expression is related to the spirituality you go through, and your how you relate those two things?
See, like you said that to be in a creative field, you need to find an inner peace, and so you said something like that. So I tell you one thing. Usually, the people who can't find inner peace, they are the creative people. You
Okay.
see, many artists. It has been said that creativity and depression go hand in hand. It is a driving source. Okay, it is a fact. Usually, the
Relatable.
poets, writers, musicians, all of the creative field artists, they usually get their, what we say, their essence in their work after they hit the rock bottom.
True.
After that,
True.
depression and creativity, they both spike up equally. Now, second
Okay.
thing is, like you said, ki spirituality and fine art, how I connect with them. I tell you, there are a lot of things. Like, there were two roads. You were walking on the two roads, and at the end, you somehow find them to be connected. While I draw or while I paint, I dedicate everything to him. I tell him ki I know nothing. All this skill is because of you, is from you, and now you deal with it. what I'm gonna draw on canvas. I don't know anything about it. Okay. And it actually, you know, while you draw, you come up with an idea, and I know that this idea is not coming from me, it's coming from them, and it is
Hmm.
of his only. So for me, it is like that. Some people, they have a different mentality. Like what they do is they completely dedicate their art to God only, to spirituality, to show spiritual things only. I don't do that. Like few of my artworks are related to spirituality and all, and majorly my art are, basically my inner thought process. Your inner thought
Okay.
process cannot be 100% spiritual, right?
Hmm.
So
We
even
are
that
normal
thought,
humans.
yeah, we are normal humans. So even that thought, I believe, is somehow is, uh, you know, uh, I get that inspiration from him. I don't know myself as a human, okay? And I don't think so. If people say that they know themselves, I don't believe in that. Everybody is in a race
Okay.
to find themselves, okay? And
Hmm.
I talk to him like I don't know about myself, and you know me. So you tell me what to draw, what I am. So I draw that. For me, I connect it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting an extremely positive vibe from you. And I don't know, just I got my eyes filled up. I don't know why, but that thing, considering ourselves nothing in front of him, is like just true bliss. Last year, I had as a New Year resolution last year, 2023, was to read Bhagavad Gita, at least 2 to 5 verses of it every night before going to bed. And during that process, after completing around sixth chapter, it used to I used to feel it, uh, feel every word of it, and the essence used to strike me like I used to cry while reading every each of those verses. And the same feeling I got while you explained that word, thinking everything is just his and nothing is mine. Yes.
Wait till you get to the 15th chapter. The 15th chapter, and after that chapter is something very magical, very magical. I need to take a break to,
Yeah,
analyze it, what is going on. I need to understand. Wait a second. So after 15th
that
chapter, it is
happens.
amazing.
Okay. I am currently in the 12th chapter. I will go to that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, my next question would be, um, how your spiritual beliefs shape your daily life, and what practices you follow to maintain a balance between the real world, the crazy bullshit around going on the world, and your spiritual true self.
See, I'm still on that race to balance it. I'm still not able to. But yeah, somehow I improve, like how I started and how I'm now. I
Hmm.
struggle is still there, but I'm still continuously like what is happening is like how I start my day is even if I can't chant daily, I have a problem with consistency. Okay, even if I can't chant daily, I have this group. It's a devotees group, and all the Matajis of ISKCON, they are connected to it. So they conduct a 6 a.m. japa session. So at least if I can't chant, I join that group and hear them chanting. That is
Hmm.
the minimum thing I do. I should be doing more, but at least something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Slowly you and gradually you will learn it. See, earlier I used to be, I'm still like I am a very sensitive person. I notice very little thing, like how the people talk, how they behave, how they message, every little thing, how they move to you and talk to you and all and all. So I notice every little thing, and I'm a very empathetic person. So I have this overthinking and all. And uh, Sometimes I messed up, sometimes people messed up things. This is a very sweet and sweet and salty relationship we have with people. So when I have a conflict with people, so
Mm.
I'm not a type of person who blame other for their behavior, even if they are wrong. I don't blame them. That's what
Okay.
I learned, and I don't also revolt against it, because I think what I read and what I hear from a devotees, and I was once listening to Premanand Prabhuji's lecture. If you heard of him, he's a
Yeah.
very famous. Yeah. So he was suggesting that everything is happening because of his will. And even if you are getting blamed, even if you are in a position where people are against you, that is also because of his will. And if you are against it, if you're trying to revolt it against it, so you are revolting against him. You should be
Okay.
accepting it, considering it as your past deed. Let it pass, and a good thing will come. Currently, he is trying to, when God is trying to cut out your bad karmas,
Mm.
and he also don't want to hurt you. He want to minimize and give it to you. So that bad deed, which is a minimized version of his, that bad deed come in a way of blaming people, criticizing you. So I feel
Okay.
happy. Yeah, at least it is at least not something very big. At least people are just blaming me and criticizing me. Fine. Let it be, let it pass out. So I'm calm down with that thought. That thought doesn't bother me now. So this is the thing which I learned how to balance it, how I learn it from spirituality. So this is the main thing which I wanted to share, because when I tell to people, they don't understand ki, what are you talking about, you need to protect yourself. They say no, if I protect it, I'll ruin it everything. So this is the thing I am able to control.
This the thing you explained. It is like we all know such things. I used to listen to Kripaluji Maharaj. Maybe you have heard
Yeah,
about him. He used to say कि भगवान के सामने जाओ तो अपनी बुद्धि हटा के जाओ,
right,
और संसार के सामने जाओ तो बुद्धि लेके जाओ. तो
right.
इन बातों में मतलब समझ में तो आ रहा है, लेकिन इसको लागू कैसे करें, इसे रियल लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे करें, ये समझ में नहीं आता. जैसे तुमने अभी कहा कि कोई ब्लेम कर रहा है, तो इसे भगवान का कर्म मान के इसे इग्नोर करो या उसे पास होने दो. तो एक ये बात हो गई, और एक दिमाग में आता है कि संसार है, ये संसार में दिमाग लेके चलना है कि कोई तुम्हें बेवकूफ ना बनाए. तो इन दोनों चीज को बैलेंस कैसे किया जाए कि ऐसा भी ना लगे कि मैंने गलती कर दी, वो उसने मेरा फायदा उठा लिया, और ऐसा भी ना हो कि मैंने ज्यादा चीजें कर दी जो मेरे साथ नॉर्मल हो रहा था, मैंने किसी और के साथ खुद को बचाने के चक्कर में किसी और के साथ बुरा कर दिया. इसको बैलेंस कैसे समझ पाएंगे?
सी, आप अपनी तरफ से यू डोंट डू एनीथिंग रॉन्ग. अगर कुछ ऐसी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वगैरह होती है, यू गो फर्स्ट, यू ट्राई टू सॉल्व इट. फर्स्ट सॉल्व इट इन अ वेरी पॉजिटिव वे, कि बात कर लेते हैं व्हाट इज रॉन्ग एंड ऑल थिंग. दो तीन बार अगर वो नहीं होता है एंड दैट पर्सन इज स्टिल क्रिटिसाइजिंग यू एंड स्टिल इज ही और शी इज नॉट रेडी टू लिसन टू यू, डोंट वांट टू सॉल्व एनीथिंग, देन ट्राई to give your 100%, or try, like if he is like thoda rude behave karna, which is not acceptable. Obviously you are a human being, you will get hurt. So you can, don't hurt that person, but you can raise your voice. Temper raise karna is fine, gussa karna is fine, until and unless that temper is controlled. अगर आपका टेम्पर इस वजह से निकल रहा है जस्ट बिकॉज सामने वाले पर्सन की हरकतों की वजह से, और आप उस टेम्पर पे आपका कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है, दैट इज रॉन्ग. लेकिन अगर
हम्म,
एट द एंड सब करने के बाद भी दैट इज स्टिल हैपनिंग, देन लेट इट बी. सिंपली जस्ट लेट इट बी. You tried your best ना, it's not gonna change ना, then leave it. आप उसके साथ पैदा नहीं हुए थे, वो इंसान आपके साथ हमेशा रहेगा नहीं, तो जस्ट लीव इट. यू गिव इट योर 100% ना, बस.
ये बढ़िया, बढ़िया बात थी।
See, the problem is people think that they are the controller. And if you
हम्म,
notice that every mental issue is mostly because they are not able to control something.
हम्म, ट्रू।
What if you just let it go? What if you let your controller in his hands? फिर क्या आपके अंदर इतना बिलीफ है कि आप उन पे इतना भरोसा करके अपना कंट्रोलर उनको दे दो और फिर आप चैन से बैठो? अगर आप के अंदर इतना बिलीफ है तो वैसे ही टेंशन गायब है. अगर बिलीफ नहीं है तो आपको जितना कोशिश करना है कंट्रोल करने की करो. एट द
वाह,
एंड आपको भी पता है रिजल्ट, मुझे भी पता है, यू विल लूज. सो व्हाट्स द यूज ऑफ इट? इट्स बेटर टू सरेंडर.
आई एम गेटिंग गूज बम्प्स एट द मोमेंट। सीरियसली काफी टाइम बाद, मतलब मुझे लगता है कि इस फील्ड में जैसे हम लोग नॉलेज कैसे गेन करते हैं, हम लोग रेगुलरली किसी के प्रवचन तो हम लोग सुन नहीं पाते, क्योंकि हमारा खुद का शेड्यूल एज ए स्टूडेंट या कॉर्पोरेट में एंटर करने के बाद टाइम उतना नहीं रहता। हमने जो भी सीखा है अपने पेरेंट्स से सीखा, और बचपन में उनके साथ प्रवचन सुनी, किसी गुरुजी के पास गए तब सीखा। अब हम जो सीखना चाह रहे हैं, अंदर से रहता है कि हाँ, क्योंकि किसी गुरुजी ने कहा था कि तुम भगवान को इसलिए चाह रहे हो क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं तुमने पिछले जन्म में अच्छे कर्म किए हैं, तभी तुम वापस भगवान को पहचान रहे हो और भगवान की तरफ आ रहे हो। तो वो इच्छा तो है कि भगवान को जाने, लेकिन कोई साथ में कम्युनिटी जो कहते हैं ना कि साथ में मिलके भजन करना ज्यादा फायदेमंद होता है सिवाय अकेले तपस्या करने के। वो चीज अब बहुत रेयर हो गई है। कोई ऐसा मिलता नहीं कि हाँ, वो भी इस फील्ड में है, मैं भी इस फील्ड में हूँ, साथ में इस चीज को एक्सप्लोर कर रहे, डिस्कस कर रहे और ग्रो कर रहे। ये ये आज तुमसे ये वाली बात सुनकर मुझे गूज़बम्प्स आ रहे सीरियसली इस बात को लेके।
I'll tell you one thing. The thing you are talking about, na, ki we are not able to find people. It is a fact. If you look at the life of very senior devotees, that how they started, everybody's life in the beginning, they all are doing it alone. They are all are fighting their own devils. They are forcing themselves, even if they don't feel like doing it alone. They are forcing themselves. ठीक है? And later on, when it is a fact, जब भगवान को दिखता है कि यस, he or she is serious, then he surely gives you a company. Beginning में I used to be alone, doing it alone. I was listening to pravachan and all. I was doing it alone. Later on, somehow, I don't know how, I don't even remember how, I just felt like going to an ISKCON temple for the first time. I
ओके।
went there, and everybody was talking to me like they are very familiar. All the senior devotees and all, they were talking to me like they are very familiar to me. And they were talking to me like, are you connected to WhatsApp? No, I am not. Okay, so please take my number, please take my number. Okay, fine. Then they added me to the group, then they are calling me daily. So God do provide you company. He just want to see that you are serious. I'm not telling that I'm very serious. I do make mistake. Sometimes I ghost everybody. But if you take one step forward, he'll take 10 step forward to you too.
वाह, 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 थैंक यू फॉर एक्सेप्टिंग माय इनविटेशन। ये मेरा 20 मिनट की रिकॉर्डिंग मेरी अब तक की बेस्ट होने वाली हो चुकी है सीरियसली। इस जवाब को सुनने के बाद मेरे सारे क्वेश्चंस ही इनवैलिड हो गए।
No, it's okay. Let it flow. Let it flow. I prayed to God that let it flow how you want it to be. So let it flow, whatever you feel like.
ये बिलीव कैसे मजबूत किया जाए? जो मतलब हम एक चीज़ होता है जानना और एक चीज़ होता है मानना। जानते हैं हम लोग 1000 चीज़ें, सही चीज़ें जानते हैं, लेकिन मानते बहुत कम चीज़ें हैं। तो जानने को मानने में कन्वर्ट कैसे किया जा सकता है? तुम किस अप्रोच से करते हो ये चीज़? जो चीज़ अभी
See,
तुमने बताई कि सब कुछ उनका है, ये मैं बचपन से सुनते हुए आ रहा हूँ। और कुछ चीज़ें मैं मानता हूँ, कुछ कुछ चीज़ों में कि हाँ, भगवान अगर चाहेंगे तभी मेरे साथ ये होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होगा। तो मैं अपना पूरा देता हूँ, एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करता हूँ। लेकिन ये हर चीज़ में नहीं हो पाता मेरे से, मैक्सिमम चीज़ में नहीं हो पाता। तो ये इसको मैं किस टाइप से डील करूँगा इससे?
I'll challenge you with one thing. Not I,
ओके।
you challenge yourself, okay? Now, from now on, whatever you do, just tell yourself कि I am controlling this. ये मेरी वजह से हुआ है. मैंने इतनी नॉलेज इकट्ठी की इस वजह से हुआ है. And all credit goes to me. Within a week, he'll show you that who he is. After that, then you tell me कि how is it impossible for you, या फिर how is it difficult for you not to completely surrender and believe him. Even in the scriptures, whatever the scriptures you will read, everywhere whenever there's shown that people or any demigod, they thought that it is done by them. Somewhere, somehow he came and told them, no, this is not done by you. Whatever you are getting is from me, and you need to surrender from me. And after that, they believe. Before that, they also used to know कि हाँ, I know, ठीक है, it is by him, ये सुनते आ रहे हैं, it's fine. But after जब people hit their rock bottom, they get to know how to surrender completely.
ओके, ओके, ओके। तो समझ नहीं आ रहा है मैं क्या बोलूँ एक्चुअली।
It's okay, you can take a break.
नहीं, सीरियसली, मैंने इस साल भी मैंने वो एक और स्क्रिप्चर मैंने वो ब्रह्म संहिता मंगाई थी, उसे कंप्लीट किया था। उसे पढ़ने के बाद पूरा अच्छा लगा, हाँ ये चीज़ें बढ़िया हो रही हैं। फिर वो कंप्लीट हुई, फिर करीब 1 महीने से मैंने कोई स्क्रिप्चर नहीं पढ़ी है। मेरा रूटीन स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ ये रहता है कि जब मैं सुबह एक्सरसाइज कर रहा होता हूँ और ध्यान जब करता हूँ करीब आधे घंटे 45 मिनट, उस टाइम में मैं हर सांस के साथ राधे 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 या फिर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, इसके साथ में अगर ध्यान किया है या फिर ओम या भ्रामरी कर रहा हूँ, उसे सांस के साथ चलाता हूँ। ये मेरा पूरे रहता है कि मैं इतना ही चीज कर पाता हूँ इस चीज को लेके। तो वो जो टाइम होता है आधा घंटा 40 मिनट, वो दिन का बेस्ट रहता है। लेकिन बाकी टाइम ऐसा लगता है कि मैं फिर भटक गया हूँ और कनेक्ट दोबारा नहीं हो पाता है हर बार। जैसे सुबह ये चीजें की एक्सरसाइज के टाइम, उसके बाद दिन भर कुछ नहीं हुआ और डिस्कनेक्ट फील होता है कि हाँ करना चाहिए था, टाइम है, फोन इंस्टा स्क्रॉल कर रहा हूँ, इससे अच्छा थोड़ी देर बैठ जाऊं। पता नहीं क्यों डर है, बट भूल जाते हैं डर है।
So you are doing all this because of a dar or because of love?
नहीं, प्यार की वजह से ही भगवान को उस टाइम मैं कर रहा होता हूँ। लेकिन दिन भर जब मैं इंस्टा स्क्रॉल कर रहा हूँ, दूसरों से ऑफिस का काम कर रहा हूँ, कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ, तो उस टाइम लगता है कि मैं खाली बैठा हूँ, मैं रील्स देख रहा हूँ, इससे अच्छा मैं थोड़ा पूजा ही कर लूँ, कुछ भजन ही सुन लूँ। फालतू गाने सैड सॉन्ग सुन रहा हूँ, सैड सॉन्ग में क्या मजा, जबकि मैं कोई भजन सुन के ज्यादा खुश हो सकता हूँ। और फिर वो लगता है नहीं, सैड सॉन्ग में भी मजा है।
It's
डर नहीं है,
okay.
मतलब डर डर इस बात का लगता है कि मैं गलत कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन फिर भी सही नहीं कर पाता हूँ।
It's okay. See, I tell you one thing. In the beginning, when I do something wrong or not able to follow any principle, I used to blame myself so extreme that I used to feel like
वही सेम चीज
he
मेरे
must
साथ
be
हो
very
रहा है।
angry.
हाँ,
Sorry?
ये चीज ही, यही सेम चीज मेरे साथ हो रही है।
Yeah. So I used to feel like he must be very angry. I don't deserve to, come close to him or talk to him. And he must be very angry. But, I discussed this with a senior devotee, with Prabhuji, and he told me that you don't need to blame yourself for anything. We all are human. We all are learning. See, there are how many species are there we have to go through. You have read Bhagavad Gita, na? How many
एटी
species
फोर
are there?
लैख 84 lakh।
Right. So, because of we have a habit set, because we went through so many lives, we have a habit set which is very materialistic, which is not related to God and all. तो उसको एक जन्म में चेंज करना it take time. It's okay. For a rapid growth, you need to chant daily. It is said that 90% of your spiritual progress is depend on chanting. 90%. Even if you don't read, if you don't do anything, even just you are chanting it very sincerely and honestly, 90% of your growth is depend on that. Secondly is devotee sangha. You need to connect to a devotee, any senior devotee.
ओके।
इसके अलावा जितनी भी ग्रोथ होगी इट विल बी ऑटोमेटिकली. These two things are the building block, the root of a building. If this is not there, then obviously you're gonna fall down again and again. Obviously you're gonna feel miserable. You're gonna blame yourself. You're gonna feel bad on everything. So the devotion will become a headache. And you don't want that. Nobody wants that. So
या
it's better to walk in a right way than walking on than forcing us ourselves to walk on a thorns. Right?
ओके, मतलब खुद को ब्लेम बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, जितना हो रहा है उसको एंजॉय करते हुए वो चीज करनी है, फोर्स करके नहीं करना है। और बाकी खुद
Right.
अगर भगवान आशीर्वाद देंगे तो वो और बेहतर होते जाएगा खुद से।
Right. He knows your struggle. He knows why you are blaming yourself. Maybe because you have a habit of being perfect, having of habit of doing things right. He knows your past. He knows your past, even the lifetime past also, what you were in
ही नोज
before this lifetime.
एवरीथिंग।
Yeah. So he is very gentle. जो हम सोचते हैं कि he must be angry or we are not doing this, he must be sad. It doesn't matter to him. All he matters that that person is taking a step forward. That person is dealing with his inner demons. You don't need to, अपने inner demon से बैठ करके गप्पे नहीं लड़ाना है. उसको इग्नोर करके आगे बढ़ते हैं. Right? So we need to do that.
ओके, ये चीज अब ट्राई करता हूँ मैं, थोड़ा सा और फोकस्ड बना। मेरा अगला क्वेश्चन है कि जो करंट जनरेशन, जो हम जेनजीज हैं, जैसे मैंने अभी पहले कहा कि हमें कनेक्शंस इस टाइप के नहीं मिलते कि जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ अट्रैक्टेड हों, इस चीज़ों में हो। भले ही जैसे आज राम जन्मभूमि का भूमि प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हुई, पूरे सोशल मीडिया, पूरे इंटरनेट पे धूम मची हुई थी, लेकिन ये सिर्फ जो 100% लोग सोशल मीडिया पे दिख रहे हैं, हम सनातनी हैं, हम भगवान को मानते हैं, उसमें से मुश्किल से 5-10% ही एक्चुअल में किसी चीज को मानते हैं या कुछ भी चीज पे बिलीव करते हैं। तो क्या लगता है तुम्हें कि इसका रीजन क्या है, और इस इसको सॉल्व कैसे किया जा सकता है? भले ही कुछ परसेंट ही लोग कनेक्ट हों, लेकिन कैसे हो सकते हैं ये?
See, people opinions matter.
हम्म,
Literally every human thinks that because we are grown like that, we are programmed that way. through our parents, and parents are programmed ki चार लोग क्या कहेंगे and all and all. So people are programmed that way. Even if we are talking about today, the inauguration ceremony we had in Ram Mandir, ठीक है? Even today, more people are connected today. We see more people are chanting his name, even if they are, a spiritual person or not. People are doing it, because सब लोग कर रहे हैं. अगर मैंने नहीं किया तो what they'll think. I also should do that. And the moment this thing will over, gets over. So the moment this thing gets over, people are back to their normal ways. And in that life, if they, randomly chant Jai Shri Ram and all, फिर उसके बाद people will judge them. People will be like कि क्या हो गया तुझे, why are you doing, हो गया भाई, over हो गया, get over it. People, so it's all
Ah,
about, what people think that people I should do so that I am acceptable in the group.
people pleasing.
This is a general fear. General fear. We all have that. So, talking about why people are, not able to break this stereotype. It is a simple thing as, see, there are a lot of factors. Firstly, there are factor what people will think. Okay. Second, there are factor ki their past life depends on it. The people who have done some good deeds in their past or done some spiritual things in their past, automatically they'll find their way to spirituality in this current life.
Hmm.
Okay. If they made progress 10% in their past life, so in this life they don't have to start from zero, they'll start from
Yeah.
10%. Right.
Ah,
And people who did something wrong, automatically they are more influenced to that thing. Third thing, which is dependence, we all are divided into a category of tamo, rajo, and satogun.
hmm.
We all have that. Whatever is, whatever people have control over it. Like currently, if we are talking about spirituality, so our
Can you
satogun is
hold on for a
activated.
second?
Yeah. So, like I was saying, that currently we are talking about spirituality. So, our Satogun is activated right now. We are not feeling tired. We are not feeling the need of, eat something or anything else.
Hmm.
If people are doing, if they are taking rest, their tamo good is activated. Okay. So, this is also depend कि किस इंसान में कौन सा गुण ज्यादा है. एंड हाउ वी सी दैट कि आप अकेले में अपने आप को कैसे रखते हो जब कोई आपको देख नहीं रहा होता, तब आप अपने साथ कैसे रहते हो. दैट शोज कि आप एक्चुअल में आपको कौन सा गुण ऑल टाइम एक्टिवेटेड रहता है, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ पर्सन यू आर. Yeah,
Okay.
this factor also depend. And another reason is people don't really, don't take them really seriously because of lack of knowledge.
Hmm.
दे डोंट नो कि कितना मैटर करता है, या फिर क्या कहते हैं पास्ट क्या है, हु ही इज एक्चुअली. द पीपल हु डोंट क्वेश्चन थिंग्स, लाइक पीपल कम इन अ स्पिरिचुअलिटी व्हेन दे स्टार्ट क्वेश्चनिंग कि हम लोग हैं कौन, ये दुनिया
Hmm.
बनी किस लिए, उनका क्या रोल है, नॉल नो. ठीक है. एंड अनदर रीजन इज people are like कि हाँ ओके पेरेंट्स डू दैट, सो वी आर ऑल्सो डूइंग इट. इतना कभी ध्यान गया नहीं, ऑल्सो सेम थिंग एज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट. एंड सम आर एथीस्ट. कुछ बुरा
Can we
हो
believe?
गया लाइफ में. एथीस्ट आर ऑल्सो टू टाइप. कुछ बुरा हो गया लाइफ में, वी डोंट बिलीव इन हिम. हमें ज्यादा नॉलेज मिल गई, हम ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट है, तो हम ही भगवान है और कोई है नहीं, हम ही करता धरता है. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ फैक्टर. सो देर आर लॉट ऑफ फैक्टर, एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी इंसान में इनमें से एक ही फैक्टर रहेगा. किसी में इनमें से दो फैक्टर हो सकते हैं, तीन हो सकते हैं, या सारे ही हो सकते हैं. सो दीज आर
Hmm.
द रीजंस which we came across.
Ah,
And in सब के reason के अलावा there is one superior thing, which is कि one Prabhuji told me the story कि how we became a devotee, how we start loving Krishna in this life. That was a lecture of Amrendra Prabhuji. So he was telling, he when in Golok Vrindavan,
हम्म,
the higher
हाँ
adop.
हाँ
So when Radha Krishna sit there and Radha ji randomly says कि अरे एक वो है, जैसे फॉर लाइक तुम्हारा नाम सिद्धार्थ, अरे एक सिद्धार्थ है, वो क्या कर रहा है अभी, उसको उसको बुलाते हैं यहाँ पे. तो दैट बिकम्स एन ऑर्डर टू कृष्णा, and he'll do everything to get that person interested in them so that he can make progress and come to them. This is also a factor. The We don't love God, he loves us, that's why we start loving him. That is also a
हाँ,
factor.
हो ये पूरा एपिसोड गूज़बम्प्स के साथ जाने वाला है. ओके.
And see how
तो
lucky you are. You know, there are how many planetary systems? There are 14 planetary systems, and also there are infinite dimensions.
हम्म,
Infinite dimensions. उनमें से he remembers you and he wants you. What a blessing it is.
यस. इस क्वेश्चन का सेकंड पार्ट की, इस चीज को सॉल्व कैसे किया जा सकता है, भले ही एक छोटे एक्सटेंट पे किया जा सकता है, लेकिन कैसे हम जेनजीज को इस चीज की तरफ अट्रैक्टेड कर सकते हैं, इस चीज के बारे में थोड़ी और नॉलेज दिया जा सकता है कि वो थोड़े स्पिरिचुअल बने.
See, it can be done either two ways, either of the two ways. One is fear and one is love.
हाँ.
Okay. How fear? Like you tell them all the whatever things are written in the Garun Puran. So they'll start acting like, okay, we need to be save ourselves and we don't need to, walk on a fire to get the hell. Have you read Garun Puran?
Some parts of it.
It's so
One of my
scary.
friend used to read, so she used to explain some parts and crisp of that things.
God, I read just 2 pages and it was so damn scary. I need to stop it. It was so scary. So one is fear.
हाँ.
Second is through love. To tell them ki how much he loves you, how your life is gonna change. People think that they can get happiness. This is all false. You can never get happiness. This is the fact.
True.
Human goal is to find peace.
Yeah.
चाहे हैप्पीनेस है आपकी लाइफ में या सैडनेस है, आप पीस में रहो. दिस इज द अल्टीमेट गोल.
हाँ.
एंड Prabhupada once said कि people who think that spiritual life is difficult, then they must know that material life is impossible.
सही बात, सही बात.
Right? And people don't realize that. They think that this is the happiness. They are partying, they are, having alcohol, and they are doing all the things, whatever they feel like, having extramarital affairs and all and all. They feel like we are having one life and we need to enjoy. We all are human. Things happen, shit happens. It's okay. Everybody is a human. Things happen, shit happen. But once you realize, you need to understand that this is a big ocean of Maya. She will manage to pull you down again and again. We need to go over it. And that is done by two things: you
नाम
chant
जब.
and you connect with devotees. Major things, major things. The one, even if you chant and you are not connected to devotees, it is all useless. All useless. And if you are connected to devotees and not listening to them, it is again all useless. So these are the major things you need to force, even if you feel like ना कि नहीं हो पा रहा है, नहीं हो पा रहा है. It is something which is gonna come to your mind. क्योंकि we are in a Kalyug.
हम्म, हाँ.
Kal that the devil of Kaliyug we call,
कली, the Kali
right?
demon. हाँ.
Yeah. It resides in our mind. It is not we see in people or some. It resides in us. It will pull you down. It will pull you down. He doesn't want you to, connect to God or do devotional service. He will pull you down. Even if you don't feel like doing chanting, even if you feel angry on him, tell your feelings to him and force yourself to do that. Force yourself. That is the only beginning way to start with it. Beach may you do get disappear and you again get involved in a material life. Come back again. He's still waiting for you. He's not judging you. He's still waiting for you. You know what happened when you leave devotional service and start enjoying material life? He is so, dayalu. He's so merciful that he will say ki whatever makes that person, whatever makes my child happy, let him do that. Even if my child feel happy in eating stool, I'll provide him life in which he can eat stool for the rest of his life. So he make you pig. My child feel happy if he is connected to me. So I'll do everything to make him happy and I'll provide him with the devotees Sangha. My
Oh,
child wants to, wants to involve, have a physical relations to multiple people. He'll provide you that life and make a dog. It's a fact. So you need to push yourself. Even if you don't feel like that, just tell him. If Krishan ji is not listening to you, tell Radha ma. Krishan ji is a kind of a strict. You know how fathers are like, they are strict. They
mm-hmm.
understand कि अच्छा तुमने पहले ये किया तो इसका अंजाम ये होना है. माँ के पास जाते हो तो माँ ये सब नहीं देखती है कि अच्छा उसने तुम्हें ऐसे कहा, अभी सुनाती हूँ उसे. When I used to get so frustrated कि ये सुन ही नहीं रहे, मैं इनकी भी कंप्लेन राधा जी से कर देती हूँ. And within a second, I see things change. I literally see things change. I don't share this with anyone. I'm sharing it now because it is very secretive. Very secretive. Once I was crying a lot. I was in a very bad state. लोगों को लगता है कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी में आने के बाद दे डोंट कि सब सही हो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता. चीजें सही नहीं होती हैं. बस आपके अंदर ताकत आती है. आपके साथ कोई खड़ा रहता है और वो काफी
Oh,
होता है. उससे ज्यादा और क्या चाहिए इंसान को? कोई खड़ा ही तो रहे ना. ये तो चाहिए उसको.
कोई बात.
बाकी तो सब
कोई
झेल
नहीं चाहिए.
जाएगा. तो मैंने मतलब मैं खुद ही थोड़ा सा दूर हो गई थी क्योंकि सुन ही नहीं रहे थे ये. तो आई ना मैं ये हुआ कि मतलब बस बहुत हो गया. आई कंप्लेन टू हर कि आप लोग सुनते वुनते हो नहीं. मैं तब से रो रही हूँ, समझ नहीं आता आप लोगों को. एंड विद इन अ सेकेंड मेरा अंदर खुद का मूड, मुझे बाहर दुनिया का नहीं पता कि सही हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, लेकिन मेरा खुद का मूड जो है विद इन अ सेकेंड सही हो गया. तो आप दुनिया के सामने रोते क्यों हो? जब वहां पे आप रोगे तो आपको और रोना ही मिलेगा. यहाँ पे रोना जिनको कहना है. तो लोगों को थोड़ा एक झिझक भी होती है कि मैंने ये गलत किया है तो वो लोग मेरे को जज कर रहे होंगे. एक ये भी पॉइंट होता है जिसकी वजह से दे डोंट यू नो फील कनेक्टेड टू देम. तो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस इज नॉट गोना हैपन. पहले तो you need to disconnect yourself from your negative thoughts. People think that their negative thoughts are themselves. They are not able to understand that they are not them. Once they start detach themselves from their negative thoughts, they'll start realizing that soul is something different, and soul is observing how your mind works. Detach yourself from that, and then the miracle starts happen. Force your mind. It's all about forcing in the beginning. It's all about forcing. You won't feel love in the beginning. You won't feel connection in the beginning. You don't feel like chanting. You don't feel love towards him. You feel like running away. But you need to force. It's all about forcing. The moment you start forcing yourself, later on you'll start loving him. You'll do it willingly. You will do services. I told you na ki if you take one step forward, he'll take 10 steps forward to you. It's all about that. People don't realize that. They don't even want to talk about it. And main thing, they are very much connected to the material world. Like I said, people have gone through so many lives of animals. They want to, they even if they are human, they still want to live like animal.
True.
Have you heard of that story कि एक bucket में crabs हैं and the moment one crab try to escape that bucket, the other crab will pull his leg
हाँ हाँ
down.
हाँ हाँ, ये
In
वही है.
human, these things are more mentally. Even if सामने वाला they pull your leg or not doesn't matter. You imagined in your mind that they gonna pull your leg, so you don't. You don't even force yourself. This is a fact. It's all about what people think. People are revolved in this and they don't see anything else. I'm not saying that I'm very much perfect. I still do feel like, but we all are human. I'm not forcing. बड़ी मुश्किल से I'm escape of self-blaming thing. So I'm very gentle on myself. So it's okay. I'll learn. I know that for sure that I'll learn. It's okay if it's a slow one or doesn't matter.
बट तुम में कुछ ज्यादा एनर्जी है, सीरियसली. हम कितना, तुम देहरादून में रहते हो ना?
Right.
1000 किलोमीटर दूर होंगे, बट आई कैन फील द एनर्जी. सीरियसली.
Oh,
मुझे पूरे
thank you
टाइम
so
3-4 बार गूज़बम्प्स आ चुके हैं. आह,
much.
वाह. जो अभी तुमने कहा कि हम एक स्टेप बढ़ाते हैं, और हम अगर दूर भाग रहे होते तो भगवान भी चाहते हैं कि तुम मेरे पास ही रहो. वैसा ही कुछ हुआ है. मैं जब से यहाँ पे आया था तो उतना उतना कनेक्टेड नहीं था. 15 डेज मुझे 5 स्टार होटल में स्टे दिया था, तो वो सीरियसली अलग दुनिया थी. अलग दुनिया वो थी. वहां पे तो कुछ वो कनेक्शन नहीं हुआ. और फिर जब वहां से यहाँ आया हूँ, अपने पीजी में शिफ्ट हुआ हूँ, तो इस एरिया में भी कुछ वैसा है नहीं. फिर जो अभी हुआ कि भगवान वापस बुलाते हैं तुम्हें, वैसे ही तुमसे बात करके वापस वो एनर्जी आ गई कि हाँ, दोबारा उस चीज में पूरा अच्छे से लग जाना है. अभी बीच में थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया था. थैंक
It's
गॉड, थैंक
okay.
यू.
One of the senior devotee, one Prabhuji said कि we are worried कि हमारे दिमाग में हमेशा भगवान क्यों नहीं घूमते हैं. Ideally, they should be revolving around. You make your mind a place where he can live and he'll live there forever. Then it won't bother कि तुम कहाँ पे हो. If people, your company is very, very, very important thing. कंपनी एक ऐसी चीज है जो अच्छे भले इंसान को कहाँ से ला करके कहाँ गिरा देगी. और कंपनी ही ऐसी चीज है जो इंसान के अंदर कुछ भी नहीं है उसको कहाँ पहुंचा देगी. इट्स ऑल अबाउट कंपनी. बट व्हाट इफ you are not depend on company and you made a harmony with yourself and you made your mind a place where he can live. You made your mind a Vrindavan. It's all
वाह.
about practice, Pata. It's all about practice. Even if we
चैंटिंग.
learn an instrument, even if we learn an instrument, we in the beginning we do feel irritated. क्या है बज ही नहीं रहा है and all. But you need to take patience. बिगनिंग में हमें हमारा मन भी करता है कि इसको उठा के फेंक दो. इतना इरिटेशन हो जाती है. इट हैपेंस. शिट हैपेंस. बट वी ऑल आर ह्यूमन. वी ऑल आर लर्निंग. स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली इट विल.
वाह. वाह. राधे राधे.
राधे राधे.
थोड़ा सा मैं फोकस, मतलब प्रैक्टिस जो कहा तुमने, प्रैक्टिस कंटिन्यूअसली, तो कंसिस्टेंसी थोड़ी सी कैसे मेंटेन की जाए? ऐसे किसी दिन मैं एक्सरसाइज नहीं करता हूँ तो उतना टाइम मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा होता हूँ, किसी दिन किया किसी दिन नहीं किया, तो थोड़ी कंसिस्टेंसी किस तरह से लाई जाए, सब कुछ उन्हीं का मान के वो भरोसा करके ही होगा या फिर कोई थोड़ा सा शॉर्टकट है?
नहीं नहीं, यू नीड टू फोर्स योर सेल्फ ऑल्सो। ऐसा नहीं कि सब
प्रेम
उन्हीं पे
करना
डिपेंड
पड़ेगा,
है।
प्रेम खुद से नहीं होगा, प्रेम करके ही प्रेम होगा।
Yeah, that's right. See, consistency की problem I also have, ठीक है? And I discussed it with one of Mataji, and she told me कि the day you missed your chanting, the day you missed your practice, immediately call me and tell me you did this. And after talking to a devotee,
हम्म,
automatically your mind will feel like doing it more and more. That's why your company is very important, and it is a devotee's company, which is governed by him. So obviously it will be very effective. So you need to have, see, it has been said that you need to have a very close friend among the devotees to whom you can share literally everything without any fear and all. That person will help you even he is on the same level. But if he is sincere, na, if sincere doesn't mean ki he is chanting daily and all. Sincere is that he is very determined that he too wants to be in here. He wants to progress. If you have that friend, that devotee friend, automatically, effortlessly, you will start becoming consistent. You will start progressing. You start loving him more. Everything will go according to what it should be. So, if you're talking about consistency and all things, beginning में obviously दिक्कत होगी. So it's better to discuss it with a devotee, with your friend devotee.
मुश्किल है।
No, बिल्कुल मुश्किल नहीं है. I'll tell you one thing. Go to an ISKCON temple, tell them you want to connect to them, join their WhatsApp group, talk to any of the random devotees.
अच्छा,
While talking to them, you will find one of the devotee with whom you can be very familiar with. Start talking to him
ओके,
every week or whenever you feel like. Within, if you do this within a, if you do this proper process in a 1 month time period, within a month you will find a devotee friend.
ओके, पास वाला
So,
इस्कॉन सेंटर में अब ट्राई करता हूँ उस चीज को।
yeah, you go there and वहां पे जाते ही तुमसे ज्यादा they wants to be your friend. I'll tell you.
ओके, तभी भगवान मिलेंगे, ऐसे नहीं मिलेंगे,
Yeah,
हम तो जब ही
yeah, that's
रहना। Here's the question which I asked to each of my guests. So the question goes like, in your life, you have lived around 20-21 years. So what are the key things you have learned through your current life journey, your spiritual, your work, or your overall life journey, that you keep to yourself as life lessons?
see, I learned that things are not as serious as you think of it.
Okay.
Literally, it doesn't matter whatever you do. People are not bothered by anything you do. Even if you do wrong, they'll tell you कि it's not, ऐसे नहीं होता है and all. It doesn't matter to anyone, and so it should to you. Life is
Okay.
not that serious. You just need to see that on a third person level, and you will find everything is just in play. Everything is just everything scripted by him, and you are just a part of it. It's just a movie. Nothing is serious. Everything is just fake. Yesterday only I was listening to one pravachan and of Premanand Prabhuji. So he was telling कि जैसे हम सपना देखते हैं and we see someone is after us with a gun.
हाँ,
हमें नहीं पता उस वक्त कि it is a dream, but we feel very real and we feel like we are gonna die.
हाँ,
And to save that person, how do you save that person? उसको नींद से जगा करके? फिर उसको रियलाइज होता है कि ये सब तो कुछ था ही
ये तो
नहीं
सपना
इतना
था।
सीरियस। इट वाज नथिंग, इट वाज जस्ट अ ड्रीम। इतना कुछ सीरियस था ही नहीं जितना मैं सीरियस ले रहा था। सेम इज हेयर। ऑल दिस मटेरियल थिंग इज नॉट एट ऑल सीरियस। हमें बस चाहिए कि कोई हमें जगा दे। Every fear, every door will end on that day. So I learned this. Nothing is serious.
Wow. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, that was a great episode with you. Thank you for joining me on my show named Experiences and Perspectives. My whole show is smaller than just your 20 minutes of your insights. Thank you for joining me
No,
on my show. How did you feel about having this conversation?
I feel amazing. Finally, people want to talk about it. Finally, I found someone who want to talk about it. Apart from a devotees group. So it was amazing. We need more people like you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining to my show. It was great and Jai Shri Ram. Radhe Radhe.
Jai Shri
That's
Radhe
all for
Radhe.
today. See you next time. Till then, stay sane and keep exploring. Bye bye.